Sure, I'll expand the script into a more detailed 2,000-word version, maintaining the natural flow and pacing, with a focus on keeping the viewer hooked throughout. Here's the full script. The build-up to Giovanni Davis versus Lamont Roach has been nothing short of chaos, but what just happened? This might have just taken things to a whole new level. This wasn't just some trash talk or hype building. Lamont Roach didn't just stir the pot, he threw gasoline on it and set it on fire. You're going to want to hear this because things just went from intense to straight up wild. This entire fight has been surrounded by controversy, speculation, and jaw-dropping moments. But what Roach did, it's on a different level. You've heard of athletes putting it all on the line for glory, but this? Lamont Roach literally put his career on the line for this fight. We're not talking about some casual bet over a beer. This is life or death for his boxing career. Roach made an announcement live during an interview that left fans and analysts alike in utter disbelief. If he loses to Tank Davis in the ring, he'll retire from boxing. And if he wins, he's demanding Tank's championship belts right there in front of everyone in the ring. Yeah, you heard that correctly. Lamont Roach is so confident in his abilities, he's willing to risk it all on one fight. His career, his future, everything is hanging in the balance. Now, this move could go one of two ways. Some people are saying that Roach is just adding drama to an already heated matchup. After all, this fight is already full of tension and trash talk, so why not stir things up with a little extra gamble? But is he simply hyping up the fight, or has he truly gone off the deep end? Does he honestly believe he can beat Tank Davis, or is he making a mistake that could cost him everything? The truth is, Tank Davis isn't the type of fighter to let disrespect slide, and when Roach made that bet, you best believe Tank's reaction was immediate. He didn't take this lightly. He called Roach's move delusional and desperate, throwing his own comments back into the fire. Tank's response? Legendary. When you hear what he said, you'll understand just how seriously he's taking this. But here's the thing. Tank Davis isn't just a boxer, he's a force. He's the top dog for a reason, and when someone, especially Roach, comes out with such a bold move, it's going to spark something in Tank. Roach betting his career isn't just reckless, it's a challenge. And Tank? He's never backed down from a challenge. And it wasn't just a quick insult or dismissal. Tank actually doubled down. He took this personal. You could see it in his eyes. He wasn't going to let this slide. He wasn't just upset about the bet. He was ready to make a bet of his own. He said, if you want to make a bet, let's make it real. Tank up the stakes. If Roach loses, Roach has to apologize to him on live TV, on camera, in front of everyone. And he has to say, Tank is the best in the game. That's some next-level confidence, and it sent shockwaves through social media. But wait, this whole rivalry just got taken to the next level. As if the stakes weren't already high enough, Tank dropped a bombshell on the entire boxing world. He announced that 2025 will be his last year in the sport. Yeah, that's right, Tank Davis, one of the biggest names in boxing right now, the face of the lightweight division, is preparing to retire. So this fight with Roach, it might be one of the last times we see Tank in the ring. And if that's not a massive game changer, I don't know what is. Tank has been teasing retirement for a while now, and we've all heard him talk about stepping away to focus on his kids, his family, and life outside the ring. But this is different. He just straight up confirmed that 2025 is the year he's leaving the sport behind. And now it's clear. Tank's fight against Roach isn't just about the titles. It's about legacy. Think about it. Tank Davis has done everything a fighter could dream of. He's held world titles, knocked out some of the biggest names in the sport, and established himself as the man to beat in the lightweight division. He's accomplished everything he set out to do. So what's next? Retirement is the next logical step for a guy like Tank. He's already proven he's one of the hardest hitters in the game, and now it's time for him to walk away. But let's not forget, Tank isn't the kind of guy who would just coast through his final fights. If anything, knowing he's nearing the end, you'd expect him to come out even more dangerous, looking to leave no doubt in anyone's mind that he's the best to ever do it. And that's exactly why this fight with Lamont Roach is even bigger than it already was. Roach isn't just fighting for a title, he's fighting to take down a living legend before he walks away. And that kind of pressure, it changes everything. Roach knows that if he can beat Tank Davis, he won't just secure a title, he'll secure a place in boxing history. Now let's take a closer look at Tank's strengths. He's not just a knockout artist, he's a tactical genius in the ring. Tank doesn't rely on brute force alone. He has an almost supernatural ability to set traps, break down his opponents systematically, and finish them when the time is right. He's got the rare combination of explosive power and ring IQ that makes him almost impossible to beat. But don't count Lamont Roach out just yet. Roach is no slouch. He's confident, he's crafty, and he's got skills. But let's be real, he's stepping into deep waters here. Tank is a different animal. And when you hear boxing legends and analysts talking about this fight, it's almost unanimous. Tank's got the edge. He's just too well-rounded, too powerful, too experienced. But here's the kicker. Roach isn't just relying on his skill. He's counting on his ability to stay calm and stick to his game plan. If he can avoid Tank's explosive shots and play the long game, he might just be able to steal some rounds. Roach has always been a slick counterpuncher, and if he can use his footwork and avoid Tank's nuclear left hand, he could find some success. The question is, can he stay out of danger long enough to make it count? This fight is also personal. Tank and Roach have history. They've known each other for years, growing up in similar circles. They've sparred in the past, and Tank's had the upper hand in those sessions. But Roach is no longer the same fighter he was when they sparred. He's grown, and he believes he's ready for this challenge. But history and familiarity with an opponent can work both ways. It could either give Roach an advantage, or it could come back to haunt him. And then there's the weight difference. Lamont Roach is stepping up to 135 pounds for the first time, and that's a whole different ballgame. We've seen Tank fight at this weight and dominate, but for Roach, it's uncharted territory. It adds another layer of uncertainty to this already explosive matchup. But no matter what happens, one thing is clear. This fight will be a must-watch event. The personal stakes, the drama, the rivalry, and the bold bets on the table, all of it sets the stage for an unforgettable night. Who's going to come out on top? Will Tank prove once again why he's the best in the game, or will Roach shock the world and claim the title? The build-up to this fight is unlike anything we've seen in recent years, and you already know that the hype is only going to get crazier from here. What do you think? Who's your pick for this fight? Tank Davis, the living legend, or Lamont Roach, the man who's willing to risk it all for one shot at greatness? Drop your predictions in the comments below. Smash that like button if you're excited, and don't forget to subscribe for more fire boxing content. Hit that bell icon so you never miss an update. The countdown to the biggest fight of the year is on, and we're all ready for the fireworks.